Hello again, Kim Levinsky. It is still May 2nd. I just split up the last video to make them a little bit more manageable to sit and watch at one time. So, coming to you with this update, and I'm going to talk about some of the latest happenings for the Tahoe 200 course change. So, the course now, instead of being a 200-mile circumnavigation of Lake Tahoe, it's been changed to a 100-mile out and back. So, now I'll do a little map here on my hand. So it still starts at Homewood, California, and you're going to head backwards on the original course. So you're heading north, and then you're going around the lake this way until the southernmost point of Heavenly, the ski slope, and then you're going to turn around and go 100 miles back to Homewood. So I'll share a little bit of what that experience has been like with the course change. Something that I've learned in the last 6 months through getting some help, with therapy, is that it's really important to feel your feelings. And so I spent some time after that announcement was made just kind of sitting with the disappointment, because I can't imagine there's anyone doing Tahoe 200 that didn't feel at least a little bit of disappointment with the announcement that the course was changed. And again, listen, I'm a race director, I've been a runner for a while. This is out of their hands. They had to make the course adjustments because of the damage that was done by the wildfires this fall. That's what canceled the race. And so the course was changed to now it's 100-mile out and back. And it's a little disappointing, right? You've been having in your mind, oh, we're going to go all the way around Lake Tahoe and yada, yada. So yeah, I sat with that for a little bit, and then once I got those feelings out, just in my mind made the switch of, okay, now we're going to focus on the positives, and started making a running list of all the positives. And it's a long list, and I'm being genuine with that. I'm not just BSing and putting rainbow and sunshines out there. There's a lot of positives. First of all, this makes the course much easier for crewing. So that makes me happy. It's less drive time for the crew. They're going to be able to go back to the house in Homewood more often and get some rest and recharge and all that. So that makes me really happy. Crew access starts now at mile 10 instead of mile 63. So that's huge. I mean, getting to see my people after only 10 miles, maybe they won't even come to 10 miles. I'm not sure. We haven't talked about it. But just getting to see them so early in the race compared to waiting probably almost a day to see them at mile 63 is awesome. And then also pacing starts 13 miles sooner. So instead of mile 63, it starts at mile 50. So that is really cool, and I'm thankful for that. And another thing that maybe some people aren't excited about, but I'm excited about it, is that even though there's 7,000 feet less of climbing, looking at the profile, I think this course is going to be a little bit more challenging than the original route, because the big monster climbs were pretty much in the back half, and I've heard people say that the back half of Tahoe was more challenging than the front. And so now, not only we do the back half backwards, we do it forwards. So you get those climbs and descents, which I think that's going to be fun. And I've also heard too that the back half is really scenic, and you kind of get an eye on Lake Tahoe almost the entire time. So we get to do that essentially twice by going out and back. So again, I'm going to focus on the positives. I will joke around with my crew. Anytime somebody says out and back, I'll just start shouting, it's 100-mile out and back. But I think we've all collectively agreed to, stay positive, because you know what? It's happening. And that is the biggest thing I'm thankful for, is that Tahoe 200's happening. I got nervous when the announcement was put online. I read the first line, we have an announcement about Tahoe, and I was like, oh no, oh God, oh please no. But thankfully they're making the race happen. So that's another thing I wanted to mention, because, sometimes, all the time. I'm thinking about Tahoe every day, all right? Every single day, Tahoe is on my mind, and it's been a long time. So last week, just for kicks and giggles, I went online and I Googled, how many days has it been since September 11th, 2020? Because that is the day that my friend Matt Klein, who ran the Triple Crown last year, started pestering me about Tahoe 200. And at that day we were doing a self-supported 100-mile race, and that's when he started on me. that guy, he's like a shark who smells blood in the water. You know, I was running 100 miles and, you know, you're all goofy from the endorphins and all that. And he started pestering me of like, you know, Kim, Tahoe 200 is the greatest race on the planet. And don't you know that 200 miles is easier than 100? If you've been watching these updates, you know that it doesn't take much convincing for me to do stuff. So, but anyway, that was the day, September 11, 2020. And Google told me that since that day, as of May 2nd, it's been 597 days. That's a lot of days. It's a lot of days to be focused on one thing. And so, you know, I know there's other runners who are in the same boat where they've been working towards this goal for a long time. And, you know, I think that makes something like a course change, it shakes you even more because the journey's been so long to get here. But again, I'm coming back to the fact that I'm just so thankful that it's happening, and I'm thankful for the journey. And that's something I want to mention. I'm going to try to do this every couple of weeks just to check in on where I'm at, you know, mentally, emotionally. You know, I want to share that it's been so nice to just have some relief, you know what I mean? Something that I started doing thanks to Dina last year is keeping that training log that I referenced before. So in the training log, I'm writing down, you know, the amount of sleep I got, the sleep quality, how I'm feeling when I get up in the morning, what you're eating, and the training and all that, how you're feeling, fueling, all that. And I have to say, at first, it really annoyed me because I was like, I don't want to keep track of all this. And now it has become such an amazing resource, especially the last 6 months, because this last week, I spent a lot of time just kind of looking back on the last year and a half through that training log, and especially the last 6 months. Like, that training log is like a sob story. It's really sad with all the stuff I was writing, just like, you know, I'm not feeling good today. I don't want to be around people. I'm really tired. I'm not sleeping. You know, that was something I didn't mention in the last log, that sleep was atrocious for the last 6 months. And I'll share a little bit. You know, the first antidepressant that I tried caused full-blown insomnia. So I was barely sleeping, like maybe a couple hours a night for 2 weeks. And it was a really lousy experience. But thankfully, the second one that I got on took away the insomnia. And after 2 weeks of being on that, it felt like a switch just went off in my brain and things started to turn around. So anyway, I think it's valuable to look back on, you know, where you've come from, and especially something like this where, like, holy cow, it's been like almost 600 days of working towards this goal. I think it makes getting to the start line even more sweet. And that's something I referenced in the first video, was that getting to the starting line of this event is going to be the biggest win. And I'm just really thankful to be able to share it with the women who are coming with me, and, you know, to virtually share it with whoever's watching this. You know, it's just, I'm really thankful for all that's happened, the ups and the downs. And it's been incredible, the training, the experiences I've had, the memories made, the people I've met, and just thinking back, 597 days of focus. So anyway, I'm going to wrap up with that. It's been a good couple weeks of training here. I'm looking forward to a couple more. This is really it. This is the point in training last year where I remember thinking, now we're getting loopy. We're getting real loopy. So if you're running with me on the weekends, usually by Saturday, Sunday, I've lost my filter. I'm like really goofy and, you know, not making sense a lot of times. So my friends have been having a lot of fun with that. But it's fun. I joke, last year the theme song is you know, ground control to Major Tom. So that's what I'm thinking about at the end of each week. But anyway, gonna wrap it up here. Looking forward to the week of training, and we will check back in for another update next week.